spit that shit. You can't stop me even if you had a track. Running through hoes like a running back. I'm the hustler Mac. I see that cops, yo, while I hold my pack. You can't stop this black rhinoceros rap because I spit hot shit much worse than anthrax. You tell me, yo, who's fucking with that? Go to the club, see me posted up in the bag. I be twisted up, hydro mixed with the yak. Nigga, mixed with the yak. I rip the highway like a nigga's tearing the paper. High as fuck off of the reefer from inhaling the vapor. Cold crushing in my seat, so I'm going the limit. My alias is Mr. Smith, but you can call me Emmett. Ain't no pussy good enough to give up while I'm a Bennett. After I'm finished, I be twisting up those bags of spinach. My love for the money, thicker than a bottle of Guinness. That's why I make sure all my loot's straight. Cause when I'm hurting, my pockets be bothering me like I got a toothache. Spitting hot shit for the whole hood to knock. Start knocking these fucks right above for the block. Fuck shoes, I start knocking niggas out of their socks.
Yo, out of their socks.
Out of their socks.
Out of their socks.
Yeah. Out of their socks.
Yo, knocking niggas out of their socks is getting crazy. Niggas talking shit that they thought that they could play me. Yo, this shit is crazy out here. It's getting crazy. Niggas tried to put Trump down and getting lazy. If you think you can fuck with my crew, nigga, your shit, your time's due. I don't even know what else we gon' do, but this shit's gon' be over for you. It's getting real crazy in these streets. I don't even know your girl is in my sheets. And if this bitch comes, she gon' get that ass beat. Studio solo in the microphone. I don't know what else to do, just leave it alone. The nigga illa do what he gotta do. The nigga wax and put your ass out of your shoes. It's real fucking shit all around the world. Fuck you, and we'll fuck your girl. I'm gonna keep on spitting this shit, and I ain't never gonna quit this shit, you fucking bitch.
Welcome to DWI, episode 34. Bo Jackson, fellas, on that 3-4 type of deal. Yeah, feel me?
Right.
So we just getting ready to try to take it to the top like always. Sorry for the sabbatical last week, but things come up, but we gonna bring it to you live this week.
Yes, sir.
So without further ado, that's Dude, that's Wax, I'm Ellie, we are DWI. Fellas, listen, we missed a lot of shit. We missed Rick Ross and his little fiasco over in Canada.
Right.
We missed Klay Thompson going to the Dallas Mavericks.
Right.
Like, there's a fucking multitude of things we gotta cover. But we ain't doing or saying shit.
Until when?
Until y'all go ahead and subscribe, or at least like and say something. You dig?
Right.
Because it don't cost you a dime, does it, dude?
Not a dime.
So listen, if you guys want to help us out, help us move the show along, go ahead and leave a comment down there and like and subscribe. Just pass it along to your friends.
Right.
You know, some of your family people, they might not be able to get us because of the way we come off as some tough guys from PA, but we're some tough guys from PA. Let's call it how we see it.
It is what it is.
You dig? So, yo, what about that fight over in Canada? I know this is maybe old news to some people, but it's new news to some. So, did Rick Ross actually get punched in the face?
I don't know if he got punched in the face, but his crew got bit.
I seen that. Like, here's the thing. 50's have been hounding him all, like, since that happened, talking about a securities week. That's a bad look.
Right.
If you go over there, you're a celebrity, you got things going on, you're beefing with somebody from that country, and you go over there ill-prepared, that's a recipe for disaster.
Yes, it is.
And that's... Go ahead, Wax.
He probably thought he was safe over there. It's not Toronto, so he was like, I'm good.
Right.
I'll take like 2 or 3 bodyguards and we'll be straight.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they were straight until they weren't.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Do you think Drizzy sent niggas over there for him, or that was just natural and they were just sticking up for their guy just naturally, or do you think he sent some niggas his way? Like, you know what I mean?
That's a good question. I mean, I seen the crowd. It looked like a pretty mixed crowd.
Right.
So,
because we were in Montreal or some shit.
Yeah, it could have went either way.
Right.
It could have went either way because, you know, you got white Drake fans, black Drake fans, Asian, Latino, you know, you got the full continent.
Right.
And it was a mixed crowd of people.
And that's their guy, you know.
Right.
Drake represents Canada, and Canada, y'all taking a hit over this nigga the last couple of weeks. So they had to get out there and get on Rick Ross or do what they could because Kendrick ain't coming up there. Kendrick ain't got no reason to come up there.
How do you think that beef like started off? You think somebody's like, we gonna show them what we talking about? Like, you think it went down like at that point? You know, I know there's gonna be a lot of people around, but like.
It was probably all nice.
Yeah.
We didn't like the way you played, not like us, eh? That shit was probably all pleasant. And then until the punches started getting thrown, it was nice punches too. It was like, sorry, mate.
They was throwing knees.
He's like, it's okay. We got free healthcare. You'll be fine. Take him down to the laboratory. We need to chill.
Turn the niggas into Mexicans.
It was Irish Mexicans.
I think they were trying to save face for Canada.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because they've been taking nails all summer long.
So basically what you're saying is I don't give a shit if it's hopscotch. We got to beat these motherfuckers.
Right.
At one point or another.
The wild shit was, there was like a couple black guys that was with the Canadians.
I see.
You know what I mean? I was like, what the hell is going on? And where's Rick Ross's like entourage?
Right.
Like, where's his security? Because like them dudes got demolished. Like I was like, damn, ain't nobody going to help?
And how's that car ride home?
Quiet as hell, quiet as kept.
Like you lost the game, like y'all just lost and shit. Like,
listen, that's the time to reflect where you went wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It wasn't something to see, but at the same time, it was one of those things like, sheesh.
You know, Rick played it off though. When he got off the plane, like, yeah,
I'm untouched.
Right. Pears.
Them niggas didn't touch me once. I'm getting ready to go pet 17 horses.
I got llamas.
That Ozempic wasn't doing what it was supposed to do.
My Ozempic wore off. That shit was crazy. Like, no bullshit.
Right.
It was like, you're that close. Like, it's been a lot of shit happening. Like, motherfuckers is like, I guess Cat Williams called it. You know what I mean? Like,
hey, listen, Cat Williams called the whole year, and it's been fucking wild.
Because, like, motherfuckers are getting touched.
He's a prophet or something. Because, like, this nigga he started off the year on some wild shit, and we ain't finished.
Right.
Just yesterday. I know we ain't gonna get into it yet, but yesterday was Trump. Trump got, popped in the ear. Like, what? Crazy.
That was a crazy scenario.
What was y'all's thoughts on that? Like,
bro, I mean, to segue into this from that.
I'm still kind of in shock from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta be.
Right.
Because, like, that was like a fucking horrific moment.
Right.
Caught on TV. It was a moment of division at its finest. But the kicker was he was a Republican, from what I'm hearing.
Yeah, who knows?
So it wasn't like a Democratic setup to where, like,
right.
You dig what I'm saying?
Listen, I was just happy he wasn't black.
Yeah, there you go.
As soon as I seen the picture of his lily white face, I said, you motherfuckers. You didn't get us this time.
See, but we don't really do that.
Nah,
other than
really.
the DC sniper, which that's rare. I mean, he had a special set of skills.
And that shit caught all of us like, oh, shit.
He's black?
Yeah.
There's two of them? Like,
normally, we got like a little circumference. Like, if it ain't in the ghetto,
right.
It ain't happening. Like, bullets don't fly.
Right.
Outside of that motherfucking circumference.
But shit, nowadays you never know.
You never know.
Still, I'm like, no offense, but I'm glad it wasn't us.
Right.
But, either way, I'm glad Trump didn't get,
right,
taken out. Right. Because that would have sucked.
It would have been bad.
Even though I'm not a supporter, and I don't think nobody up here is a supporter of him, but at the same time, like, nobody want to see anybody, get shot on live TV in front of his family and shit. So,
nobody deserves that, man.
Not at all.
You know what I mean? No matter how big of an asshole you are, or like whatever the case may be, a mean person or whatever, nobody deserves to get murdered.
Right.
On TV, especially. You know what I'm saying?
On American soil by Americans, like that's crazy to me.
That's
right up the street from here, pretty much.
I mean, not up the street, but
hop, skip, and a jump.
It's a ways away.
It's a hop, skip, and a jump. 40 minutes is a hop, skip, and a jump.
I don't like driving that much. That's
well, either way,
I like driving.
You've driven it before.
I had to drive it. It was
exactly
unforeseen.
There was hoes up there, but anyway.
See, here you go.
Nah, I'm fucking around, but
he serious. But go ahead.
Nah, but I'm just saying, like, that's not far.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For that to happen right pretty much on our own soil is crazy.
Right.
Like it's not that serious, y'all.
Not at all. Not for somebody to just be trying to be taking somebody out in that aspect. You know what I mean?
It's like all of the rhetoric that they talk about on both sides is like, it just leads people to, like, because there's always a crazy motherfucker. Mm-hmm. Like, most people are sane and be like, they can take the rhetoric and be like, yeah, whatever, it's crazy. But some people, there's that 1%, 2 or 3% that's just, they take it and it's like, yeah, we have to
eliminate.
And finish the job for these motherfuckers. And it's like, you got to kind of be careful what you say out here when it comes to that kind of shit, because you never know what people are going to do.
Right. And let me just point this out. They don't care about you anyway. Like, it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Michael Jackson. And they don't really care about us.
I'm serious. Like, so if somebody feels like they're doing one side or the other justice, they're going to throw the book at you as soon as they catch you, if they don't, you know what I mean?
Put you down.
Right. Like, so take that in mind, man. They don't care about you. They're not gassing you up to go finish their job.
Right.
You know what I mean? You guys need to, they're not our viewers, but like people in the world need to sit back and relax a little bit and think about some stuff.
Right.
Don't let this shit take you out of position to win.
Right. What I need to know is, like, as far as like the security measures they took.
Right. Good point.
Where the fuck was the fucking drones at?
Right.
Like, you know, flying around and checking, and you know what I mean? To my knowledge, they use drones for a lot of things nowadays.
Right.
Especially when it comes to the government and official business like that.
Right.
Phil, let me just say, I didn't mean to cut you off, but you probably just created a multi-million-dollar job. Like drone security.
Well, let me be in charge of the people with the drones. Shit. I get that shit beefed up. I had that shit ready to go.
That's a great idea.
You'll be able to Bluetooth those drones and all kind of other shit.
You know what I'm saying? That's a good idea.
But I'm just saying, like, where was the security as far as making sure?
Secret Service dropped the ball on that shit.
Sure did.
So, I mean, you know, and which leads to all type of conspiracy theories that we ain't really trying to get into too much. But
because it ain't that type.
Because it's all speculation and it's just weird. But this kind of thing leads to so many conspiracies that I heard so many of them.
So far?
Yes, all kind of shit.
And it hasn't even been 24 hours.
Right.
You know what I mean? We're still learning a lot as the days go on, but like, you know, everybody's jumping out the window with speculations or, you know,
who did it
theories.
and why.
Right.
Yeah, like it's still early. Let it all unravel and then go from there.
Well, the whole thing about it, Wax, is the truth on everybody's side is always twisted.
Right.
So nobody knows what to believe.
That's what I was getting ready to say. When it comes to the information that we're getting, nobody trusts it anyway. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Unless it goes by what you already think that you know already in the first place. People don't, because, you know, the news is lies. A lot of it. On either side, they'll tell you what they want you to hear, and the other side will tell you what they want you to hear.
And that's that.
And then if you just listen to the one news and that's all you're really going to hear, and then you take that and run with it, and they know you're going to do that. So it's just, that's what I'm saying, it's a confusing time because you never know who's telling the truth, who's lying. It's weird.
We heard about this in church.
We did.
The confusion of everybody. You know, nobody knowing which way's up, which way's down, left, right. So, you know, these are what do they call that?
Trying times.
Yep.
I was about to say, that's what I was saying. You know what I mean? It's still early. Like, you know, let's get some more information before people start jumping out the window.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's trying to calm down. That's like trying to cork a volcano.
Pretty much.
Right.
I mean, that's the truth.
And get it from explode. Like, it's already mass hysteria, mass panic. So.
Right. And in the process, they turned Trump into a legend in with his own constituency. They turned that motherfucker into a legend overnight. I mean, they already worshipped him, but now it's like, man, you ain't gonna be able to tell them motherfuckers shit.
Mm-mm. I don't know, man. It's just, the whole shit is crazy, man. I mean, as far as trying to run for presidency as far as the people's vote and who they want to be in there and all this, that, and the other, and to like come to a point where like your life is in jeopardy. Like this isn't the first time this has happened, and probably won't be the last. But it's crazy. It's a crazy
first
situation.
Time in a long time.
Right.
That there was an actual assassination on a presidential candidate.
An attempt is just like out of the question. Like
since what, Reagan?
No. Reagan.
Yeah. I was about to say, and for it to happen on PA, like we don't want that fucking stink on us.
Right.
You know what I mean? We don't want that label of being a state that's willing to do that type of shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was disgusted to find out that it was like a dude from around here.
Right.
Or like any American, truthfully, man.
Right. The dude looked like he was off his rocker a little bit. Just from the little pictures of him. You know, he looked like he probably wouldn't get no pussy.
That would have changed everything?
Some pussy would have probably saved this whole thing from happening. Just a little slice.
Right.
Who'd you blame it on earlier, dude?
On women. Y'all need to get that little man some stop being so stingy with it.
With the candy.
Yeah, you don't gotta be perfect. Let him, you know what I mean? Let him fumble his way into some ass every once in a while.
Right. So that'll calm down everything.
Right.
I mean, you do got a point though. That shit kind of it calms the savage beast.
It does. Like that little bit, she'd be like, "Don't kill him." He'd be like, "Oh shit, I don't think I feel like killing anybody."
But what you doing tomorrow?
Right? You know Can we do this again? She could be like, she could even say no, but
he'll be waiting for the. Right. I can't jeopardize none of this shit because she might give me a little slice of that marble cake.
Right.
And everybody knows that marble cake is fantastic. So thank you, God. And women around the world for having marble cake.
For keeping us from doing something crazy.
Or doing something crazy. I mean, some of the shit, you know, like we was just talking about, it's a crazy mixed up world out here. So, you know, that same marble cake
can make you do the same.
Yeah.
Should have been like, go get him.
Now, who's to say he didn't? That's it.
He was saying that's not what happened.
Yeah, that motherfucker might have got the right one.
Right, there's a mastermind somewhere.
Hell
a mastermind chick. Like, I want you to
fucking these motherfuckers into submission. Go kill somebody. But nah, man, it's a crazy, fucked up world out there, man. So you know, we hope you heal up quick. You know, ex-President Trump. Yeah, man.
And rest in peace to the people that
passed away during this tragedy.
Right.
And a speedy recovery for the people who took one and are still around.
And hey, I do want to send a shout out, man. Excuse me, Trust. I do want to send a shout out. There was a boy from around the way, man. He was he's from the county, Rico Elmore. He was down there during like everything that happened, man, and he was pretty much first guy on the scene trying to make sure everything was right with them guys and you know the victims that succumbed to their injuries and the ones that didn't.
Right.
He was like out there.
Was he? Okay.
Yeah, he was trying to help out. So a big shout out, DWI shout out to Rico Elmore, man. You definitely represented the county in the right way. You know where we're from. We're bringing it to you live from. But not only that, you showed some humanly compassion for a situation that wasn't yours. So that's what it's all about to me and these guys. Right. Showing a little bit of compassion and love and extending yourself to be able to help a person in a situation such as yesterday. So
right, because at the end of the day, he's still one of our brothers, white, black, brown, it doesn't matter, man.
Right, so he definitely showed what it was like to not only represent the county, but to be an American.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's what the definition of being an American is. Helping out your neighbor, helping out your brother.
Right.
Shout out, little brother. But yeah, moving forward, man, that was a crazy situation, man. And, I hope we're able to get this past us so we can definitely move on as a country and, get back to where we need to be. This isn't helping. Shit like yesterday is not helping.
At all.
So,
because if it would have went down the way that they wanted to, man, I don't even know what today would be like. It might have went crazy.
End of the world type of stuff.
It'd be something. Somebody would want some their pound of flesh for that shit.
Yeah.
So Sorry to bring y'all down, but this is part of the news. You know what I mean? We wouldn't be real if we wouldn't bringing you what's really happening out here. You know what I mean? So it's just what's really happening. So we just try to bring, you know what I'm saying, like the truth, or what we know of it, at least our point of it, you know, to everybody. That because you see what's happening, we'd be crazy to not talk about it.
Right.
Hell yeah.
Even though we don't really do politics on here, but you know, when something comes up that's you know relevant
of talking about it.
I mean, it's bigger than that. It's like what do they call that? Like a moment in history.
Right.
Really
Facts.
It's worldwide news right now.
Yeah.
You know. It's crazy.
It sets a ill type of precedent when it comes to togetherness and what we represent as Americans.
Right.
So we got to do better out there, America.
Yes, sir.
You know, if you want better, you got to do better. That's just it. There's no compromise in it. You know, you got to do better. So let's move along and try to be strong as a unit, as the United States. Moving forward, fellas. I said something about Klay Thompson going to the Dallas Mavericks.
Right.
How do you feel about breaking up the dynasty as far as one cog of that dynasty doesn't exist anymore on that team?
I feel like they knew what they were doing because with the team that they had right now, I think the dynasty championship winning team that they had is gone. You know what I mean? Due to maybe injuries, due to everybody getting older.
Right.
So they had to let him walk in order to build off of the core team that they have right now. My opinion, I mean, like he was injured for the last couple of years, which, you know, hindered his production. So it was a good idea on their part, but like that might have made Dallas a little bit stronger.
A little bit. I mean, they got a whole lot going on as far as repeating going to the NBA Finals.
Right.
Yeah.
Like they acquired Kyrie, and now they got Klay Thompson as a shooting guard.
Mm-hmm. He just has to stay healthy and productive, and that'll be nice.
And he's never going to be the old Klay again, but you know, I mean, he's still good. And it was interesting that he didn't go to the LA because I thought he was going to try to go to LA, but everybody's avoiding LA.
Right.
Because DeMar DeRozan went to Sacramento over LA. I'm like, damn, that nigga really didn't want to go to LA.
Do you think there's a reason why?
Probably because Bronny James is stinking up the goddamn joint getting paid.
Guaranteed.
Bronny's, he looks like he's going to stink. I'm mad to say it, but it's like, I want to give him a chance, but he's looking bad out there, bro.
But that's what happens when you put a lot of other shit in the way of what really is the NBA.
Right.
You put politics in there. You put the fact that that's my child, and it's renegotiation time. So if you don't pick me,
right, and he's playing like he's eating caviar a few times in his fucking life already. Like
on crackers.
On crackers. He probably had some foie gras. He's eaten all of that shit before. He never had to fucking eat oodles and noodles because he had to.
Like, what are those?
Right. He'll turn his nose up to that. He's playing like that.
He'd get constipated if he ate oodles and noodles. That'll shut down like those golden mechanisms that, you know what I mean, we don't have.
And I just want him to be more aggressive because he's playing. I watched a few of the, at least the highlights of what he's doing in a couple of the games. It's just like, he's just not aggressive. It's like, bro, you got the world you're the only one that can do what he wants. Anybody else has to fucking hustle because they want to make the team. You already made the team, so it's like, nigga, get out there and fucking hustle.
Right.
Get out there and shoot the fucking ball. Stop shooting threes. Take it to the hole. Like,
get a better percentage shot in your repertoire.
Right.
Find out where your sweet spot is on the court, or get better at assists.
Right.
Those count.
And if your defense is supposed to be what's getting you there, you're bad at that. So get good at that too. So it's like, I mean, he's still young, so, you know, it takes some time, but
this is like the first time in NBA history that there has been so many spotlights on a person that got drafted 55th pick in the NBA. So he's not. I mean, he has a lot on his shoulders right now.
He does have a lot on his shoulders, only for the simple fact, like you said, 55th pick.
Right.
I mean, he's been being under the spotlight like that.
Right.
When's the last time you seen that?
Never. I was about to say, and the fact that his father raised him to play the smart game and not like the ball hog game, I guess. Because like if you guys can remember, I was all for him being signed to LA, and you know what I mean, even though it was gonna be like a media circus and shit. But so I'm still gonna be positive with him playing there. Like, just give the young man a little bit of time to develop more, come into his own, because he's in a big ass shadow. He's in one of the greatest shadows
you could be in that position
in NBA history. You know what I mean? So let him, not like y'all, but just like critics, let him come into his own, man. I mean, I know he's stinking it up right now, but this is only like his third game in the NBA. And if y'all can remember, Webby, your boy, only had like 5 points his first game.
Right.
You know
now,
what I mean?
Here's something like a big point you just brought up. He's feeling the shadows of a person who's still fucking making shadows.
Casting them, yep.
You dig? Mm-hmm. He's still in the NBA. It's not like my dad played 30 years ago and I'm trying to live up to the expectation and the hype.
Right.
Like, what's his name? Dale Curry's son.
Right.
Which he surpassed his old man.
Right.
Yeah.
But this ain't that type of scenario. Like, this dude is still playing. Mm-hmm. Like,
right now.
Yeah.
And the fact that they're off playing for the country in the Olympics, and they have yet shared the court together. You know what I mean?
Right.
So maybe, like, you know, let him come back and get everything in line, and maybe, you know, he might produce more.
Right. Speaking of which, Team USA's out there doing it.
Yeah, I'm mad that they didn't put Jaylen Brown on the squad.
So what about Kawhi Leonard opting out?
That's what I'm saying. They should have replaced Kawhi with Jaylen Brown, but you know, he's outspoken, so you know they're like, he spoke up for Kyrie, and they've been, because either one of them should be on the team.
Yeah,
I forget the dude they put on there. He played for the Celtics. Something White, Darren White, that's his name? With the hairline. Mm-hmm. They put him on there, and he can't hold nobody's jock strap on that fucking team. So, you know, that's just a political pick.
Kind of like his the Christian Laettner of 2024 kind of.
Right. It's like he's not going to get too much burn.
Right.
Not with all of them dogs out there. But I mean, I think they'll you know they're going to do their thing.
You think we're going to get the gold?
Yeah, I think so.
You think anybody's? I mean, because Canada was a big. I seen something on there with, like, you know.
I mean, there's a few good teams. Canada, France.
Yeah.
France got your boy Wemby on there.
And Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, Rudy Gobert. So they're going to be something to deal with, I think. What's his name? What's the nigga name? I forget. Serbia or whatever. Whoever he plays for. What's the nigga's name? When y'all say I fucking...
Jokic.
Yeah, Jokic. Jokic is out there for his squad.
I know. I seen him out there. He's like, I'm doing this for the doof.
Looking all fucking funny.
Doof.
What's old boy from Dallas?
Luka.
Yeah.
Luka, yeah.
Doncic.
They might be on. Are they on the same? I don't know if they're from the same place. That's probably racist to think that all Eastern Europeans are from.
He's like, he's
Serbia.
from Siberia.
He's from Croatia.
They snapped out on you. We know who you are.
Right.
We don't mistake you smelly Americans. But yeah, man, I think that what about you, Wax? How you feel about the USA? You think we're gonna bring the gold home?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, unless some internal shit happens, like
internal combustion,
like which is already starting to happen with the Claw leaving, and you know what I mean. We don't need negative energy right now. If you don't want to be there, you should have said that from the jump.
And they're getting older. A lot of those players, like LeBron, Steph,
everybody out there,
KD, they're older dudes. So.
Fucking Anthony Davis.
He's just soft.
He made the cut.
Say let Anthony Edwards run and fall behind. You know what I mean? Like follow his lead, because he's the young gunner out there. He's trying to go for his. just keep feeding him the ball and play a little bit of defense. We should be all right. But just avoid all the bullshit that'll suck you in and have your mind off of playing basketball.
Right. Yeah, I think they'll do their thing.
It is, well, I mean,
they better, damn it. This is fucking USA.
Right.
Yeah. USA basketball, we invented this shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's no way anybody should even come close to beating us. Like Canada stuck around. I was a little bit nervous for that one. I was like, man, I mean, they got some good players too, but it's Canada. Like, there's no way they should even be in the game.
Everybody's stepping it up, Wags.
Yeah, around the world. I mean,
got to. But I'm saying, like, if everybody else is stepping up, we should too.
Right.
And there shouldn't be anybody even within a mile of how good we play.
28, 30-point leads, you're saying?
It should be the dream team all over again, even though other countries are starting to get better. But like we
doesn't matter
at all. Like, we created this shit, and it's the motherfucking thanks we get.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree, homeboy. Straight up and down. I agree.
What do you think? Did you
no, I said I agreed. I think we're going to win.
Right.
You know, I don't think that there's going to be too much trouble along the way just for the caliber of players we got.
Right.
Anytime you got Steph and LeBron on the same team, that shit's trouble.
Right.
Trouble.
Right.
You got a shooter, you got a motherfucker that can jump out of the gymnasium still at the tender age of 40, making us 40-year-old motherfuckers look like we can still do some shit. Like, told you, young ass, told you.
Right.
But
then you got other great players too to pick up the slack.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. There's no way anybody should be coming close to us unless, like I said, some old internal BS gets in the way. Like, we're the United States. We should come home with the gold every time we play. But I mean, you know, sometimes that doesn't happen. But needless to say, let's go USA.
Let's go USA.
Right.
Speaking of USA, on some retro type of shit, do y'all remember them commercials back in the day? Do y'all remember a commercial? It was when, like, Wendy's, like, they piggybacked McDonald's recipe as far as advertising. And they had those little old ladies on there snapping the fuck out. There was 3 of them. And the smallest one was with all the bullshit.
She woke up and chose violence.
Yes, she did. She could have woke up like that was her day. It was her birthday. She just seen her grandson, Nicky. You know what I mean? She went over and dropped a couple dollars off on them. They had a cake ready, but she ended up getting, come here. She always calls him in the back room and drops a dub or something off him. And she wanted to get a little sandwich. Wanted to get her beak wet.
Right.
She goes into Wendy's and she gets her burger and fucking spazzes out on the fucking
Nah, she don't go into Wendy's.
It was Wendy's.
Nah, I mean that's
she went somewhere else.
Right.
They had to go to Wendy's to get the beef.
Yeah. Well, you knew where I was getting. Y'all at home know. But I don't want them to know nothing. You know why? Cause you ain't fucking Cause you ain't click, subscribe, share, and or like. So until you do that, it's a waiting game. How about that? It's a waiting game. Fellas, don't do shit. Just mannequin challenge. Okay, go ahead. But, dude, you got that queued up?
It's my burger right
It
here.
certainly is a big bun.
It's a very big bun.
Big fluffy bun.
It's a very big fluffy bun.
Where's the beef?
Some hamburger places give a lot less beef on a lot of bun.
Where's the beef?
At Wendy's, we serve a hamburger we modestly call a single. And Wendy's single has more beef than the Whopper or Big Mac. That way you get more beef and less bun.
Hey, where's the beef?
See what?
I don't think there's anybody back there.
You want something better. You're Wendy's kind of people.
Now, y'all remember that shit. I know y'all remember it at home. That was a burger that was very delicate. That's back when they used to have the yellow boxes. We taking that shit way back when a Dave single meal could run you about $3.17. Maybe a little bit less than that, because that was in the 80s. I know when I started moving and grooving, it was about $3.17. So that right there was a commercial, like you said. Old girl chose violence. That was the first thing she got. Where's the beef?
Right.
She had a situation with that other restaurant not having what she needed.
Listen, she wasn't feeling how much meat was on that sandwich.
Hell no.
It was more bread than anything. You see how that bread was all nestled in between those two buns? Like that little glop of meat.
Listen, I'm gonna put it to you like this. She was having a great day up until that point.
What's her name, though?
Agnes.
What you think, Phil?
Martha.
I'm thinking Martha.
Martha. Look, that's supposed to be an orange.
When you drive to Wendy's and order a single, you get more beef than the Whopper or the Big Mac. At Wendy's, you never have to ask, where's the beef?
No doubt. That was her, man. She was a fucking menace. You see the way she was driving that car? She was a fucking menace.
Right.
Up here tripping about a burger joint. What about old boy with the fucking donuts?
Right.
The fucking, that Dunkin' Donuts commercial.
It's time to make the donut, guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell me that shit didn't make you want donuts ASAP. Like, that's a commercial to where that motherfucker looked like he could have died on his way to work. It was early as hell. He leaving. And, like, you know he didn't get much sleep. That motherfucker could have passed out on the way to work.
He was up from the night before making donuts. You know what I mean?
Motherfucker didn't know he had a gambling problem.
I made the donuts. We make them at least twice.
They was working that nigga to the bone.
Yeah.
Kinds like
And he had a gambling problem.
time to make
Does it look like he know?
52 varieties.
Look. That motherfucker ain't had a day off in a year.
He got twins and shit, man. He done ran this up.
Look at that.
Day and night. No
Them
supermarket.
some bitches looked amazing. Straight up and down. Those donuts look crazy fantastic.
Hey, do me one favor. Will you type this in? Y'all remember this shit? Remember Bonkers? Y'all remember Bonkers?
The little candies.
Yeah.
It was made by Willy Wonka.
And then they would just drop out of the sky
Hit
and
people.
yeah, just land on top of them.
Yeah.
Leave the super fruitiness of Bonkers fruit candy. They learn soon enough. Some folks think Bonkers is gum.
But it's really
They know it's
fancy
candy
now,
now.
ladies.
With this extra fruity inside, Bonkers is so super fruity.
It's creamy now, later.
Bonkers. Bonks you up.
Actually, it's softer now laters. Like, no bullshit. They was now laters. They was just softer.
Right.
Now, I'm going to tell y'all the illest was the Captain Crunch commercial with the Soggies. I ain't even going front, man. I was young as fuck when that came out. And I'm saying the 80s Soggies. Them some bitches looks kind of spooky, man. When Captain Crunch, like, it was like an animated, like, cartoon Soggy. Them motherfuckers was ruthless, man.
I don't remember. Oh, all right, nah, I did.
Now, look, imagine being about 5 or 6. And then, like, you get the opportunity to want some Captain Crunch, and then this is what they show you for advertising.
Come on! There's breakfast to be fun! This is a job for Crunch Power. Crunch away! Oh, can
not even gonna say
anything
what
stop
they look
these
like.
doggies?
Right.
Crunch Power can. Yes, it locks delicious sweet taste in, so it's tough to tug out. This is right up your alley. Oh my gosh! Captain Crunch is a crunchy part of a balanced breakfast. I'm going on strike.
Now, let me tell you what
just
was
came
so
alive.
Listen, this is what the whole thing was about, was because Captain Crunch was known to have little tiny razor blades on him. So they were trying to reference that Soggies couldn't get to the cereal to make it defective and soggy as fuck.
Right.
Which, bingo, you proved your point. Because every kid in America had fucking razor blade wounds from eating a bowl of those specific ones. That's before the crunch berries came into play.
On the roof of their mouth was shredded from eating the little barrels.
Right, and those barrels like was made out of bits of little small razor blades. I'm telling you, that was razor wire. Anything from Captain Crunch brand, the fucking peanut butter Captain Crunch to crunch berries.
Can you look this up for me, dude? It was the Hills Christmas commercial with the little person.
Why was Wax? I forgot about this. Wax was scared of this.
No, the little guy at the end, he wasn't to be played with.
Listen,
that little nigga he has killed before. But go ahead, Wax. He said, look up
the Hills. The Hills commercial, the Christmas commercial with the little person.
All right, I got
Do
it.
me a favor, and at the end, tell me, is it a man or a woman, and what y'all's thoughts? Because this used to scare the shit out of me. I didn't want Christmas toys after seeing
there
this.
we go.
According to legend, little folk know Hills is where the toys are.
Hills has the toys, I declare. One of the biggest selections anywhere.
Hills has more toys than any other discount store we know of. More dolls, more games, more puzzles, more of everything. All stacked,
Hey,
floor to
Colson, that's for
ceiling,
you
all
right there.
discounted.
Thousands of toys, low prices every day. Lots of reasons why they say Hills is where the toys are.
Hills is
According
where
to
the
legend,
nightmares
little folk know
live.
Hills is where the toys are.
Hills has the toys.
Hills is where the whores live.
All right, I got one. What about how intrusive coffee commercials was back in the day?
What do you mean?
Remember Juan Valdez Coffee?
Hell yeah.
It was his own brand.
He had the fucking donkey with him.
Yeah, that motherfucker was coming everywhere. In the window, in the crib and shit. Cue that shit up, Bowie.
He was taking poops in the bathroom. Like,
And in the house.
Right.
The donkey was too.
Yeah, and Juan Valdez.
I was gonna say I was talking about the donkey.
More and more people
Look at
are
that
waking
shit.
up to Juan Valdez and his 100% Colombian
He got
coffee.
nipped at by
And
that
so can
horse.
you.
Hey, was Juan pushing more than coffee?
Fucking right.
Just look for one on the label when you're shopping.
Sacks that he had on the donkey he was a mule.
You can't miss it.
See, wait, rewind that just a tiny bit
100%
right there.
Colombian coffee. But
Now.
when you're shopping,
Pause it on this right there, boom.
you can't miss him.
Wait, can you cue it? Yeah, right there. Now, let me explain to you. Good point that you brought up. Yes, Juan was fucking bringing more than just fucking coffee to the house. A, where the fuck you think he had that damn donkey stashed up? In a stash spot that he fucking built that had to be big enough to stash that Bam Bam in. Two, that right there, what y'all seeing there, that's letting you know that Juan's always watching.
Right.
He got on a train with the donkey. Nobody said shit. Come on, man. Juan's been running this shit since day one.
Because they know.
And he's using that coffee as a front, A, because it's delicious, and B, he just can't say, I'm flooding your house with 672 keys of Colombian banquet.
Everybody knows about the Valdez cartel.
Yeah, easy. Nobody knows about it. He's
The Valdezes are related to the Escobars and shit by marriage. They're keeping it in the family.
The Medellin.
right, and then you up here speaking on it. Shame on you too, Mr. Valdez. I don't know either one of them, but I do know this: they both have an apartment. The address is 445 Rutler Road. Once again,
Let's watch him finish his round.
You can't miss him.
he gave the nod.
100% Colombian
Your
coffee.
cocaine.
If he lifts his hat to you, that's a wrap for you. If he's doing this shit, that's like the kiss of death. There's a nigga waiting like, he gave the orders.
That means you're getting ready to get popped in the back of your koofy by fucking Billy Blanca from the fucking Bronx. And then, when they get back to wherever they're at, they're getting ready to call him Poppy the whole time. I got him good, Poppy. No bullshit. That motherfucker right there meant business. I mean, he was in the crib, Wax. Now, I understand. Coffee is a part of a lot of people's day to start it off. You know, I like a good cup of coffee in the morning. You know, you said your people's, she likes coffee and you know, yours does too.
Loves it.
But I refuse to have a motherfucker in the crib.
Right. Especially a motherfucker that got a pet donkey with him and shit.
With him. Like, they brought the donkey in the house. Like, who's gonna clean up that horse shit? Because it's not shitting little turds. And donkeys and horses shit the same way, standing up.
Old plopper here. they don't shit, they plop.
Like, what the fuck? And on top of that, from fucking Juan being up all night doing that motherfucking, that itchy yaya that he got in his damn satchel and drinking coffee, he gotta now shit.
He is wired.
He has to now shit. They fucking walk from fucking Cleveland to fucking Swickley, like North Swickley at that. So you don't think he got a shit?
It's funny because Juan was the collective, the Dunkin' Donuts guy. That's how he was wired to go make donuts every goddamn night.
So these commercials are kind of like tied into each other.
Hey, did y'all see Eminem came out?
Yeah,
with
I heard
a new
that
album?
shit. You know I was on it, man. Shit is fire, man.
I listened to most of it.
What you think?
I liked it. He kind of went back to his old style a little bit.
Slim Shady.
Yeah, the Slim Shady style. So it wasn't it wasn't like his last few where he's trying to prove too much that he belongs. He's just rapping.
Right.
Yeah. Like the last couple albums seemed like he been angry, like, I belong here in rap. Like, nigga, we get it. We already said you did. So calm down. You gotta.
He addressed that in one of those jams.
Yeah, he did. With Melly Mel talking shit.
Yeah, and Lord Jabbar. Like, he definitely, you know, doubled back to press on. So that was dope as far as the retrospect speaking. Like, man, these are legends. So let me get that shit right. Cleaned it up. Not saying that he had to, because like Libras, we don't like to leave no stench in the air.
Right.
So to be considered, you have to be like almost a great person too. And it's hard for us to be it. You either love us or you hate us. Right. And in most cases, you hate us. We just come off like that, man. Libras are hard to fucking, you know what I mean, see if this is the motherfucker that I want to put some money on and invest in. Yeah. It just comes with the territory. I know because I've been one for 45 years, so I don't know how it feels to be a rich Libra, but I know that, like, in some cases, that's his way of being like, all right, fellas, you know. Right. And you hit it right on the head. Like, it did feel like he was trying to prove something he didn't have to. Right. Because he's goated in there. But I like the way that this album's coming off because he's getting back to his roots. Right. Speaking of alter egos, I was watching something on YouTube earlier, and it was like going through the changes of alter egos. Eminem having Slim Shady, Ghostface, Tony Starks. You know, dude was getting real in depth, and then he came up on Shock G. It was like the story of Shock G. And I didn't know how dope he really was. For those of y'all who don't know who Shock G was, he was a guy that came out in a group called Digital Underground, which he did a lot of the footwork. And he had an alter ego, but the alter ego was, I guess, in the documentary, they said he was more famous than everybody's alter ego put together, pretty much. Like, you know, Slim Shady was a character that was created in order to do the dirty work that Eminem didn't want to do. Right. But Humpty was, you could see Humpty. You dig what I'm saying? In a lot of their material, like he was alongside of Shock G. Right. Which was a crazy ass fucking idea that worked. Do y'all remember the Humpty? Yeah. Do the Humpty Hump. Like that shit to me, it was a part of history, but as a child growing up with it, I never took time to dissect it and to delve a little bit into it. I mean, dude was like Prince, he was a savant. Yeah. He knew how to play a fucking shit ton of instruments. On top of that, he was like pretty much the reason why we got, you know, the world got to see Tupac Shakur. Yeah, and on top of that, he was like a marketing genius, like a creative savant, like you said. You know what I mean? Because for him to separate and make a character outside of the group, but still be a part of the group and be like another character over here, that's kind of brilliant. Right. You know what I mean? Do you think he got like super paid separately from Humpty Hump? I don't know, man. That's a good question. What you think, dude? You think he got paid separately? Like, what about my half?
I think it's like on the writers' notes, it probably went to Shock G. He was just, just a persona.
But like, Were you more or less talking about shows and shit? Because there was this fucking. I was watching the Arsenio Hall clip.
Back in the day, we didn't know. Remember back in the day, we were like, is Shock G, Humpty Hump, are they the same person? It was like a question.
It was like still believing in Santa Claus.
Right, it was like, and then you find out like that nigga was fucking Shock G with a nose on him.
Right. I didn't find out until like the late 90s, early 2000s.
Right.
So like I was dumbfounded. Like, you mean to tell me this whole time?
It was the same person?
Yep.
Yeah. I knew after like probably like a year of questioning.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because my brother was a big fan. He had that shit in rotation. Like, I can remember just riding around listening to Sex Packets.
Man.
That's a throwback.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
Hot Sex on a Platter.
yeah, Digital Underground was something different. It was like one of the children of Parliament.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a funky kind of rap.
Right.
Like, I don't know how to explain it.
Nah, you hit it right on the head, man.
It was like the child of George Clinton. You know what I
You
mean?
can hear it all through their music. For example, same song.
Yeah.
It won't put you in the mind of Atomic Dog, but that boo doo 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 same song. Like the way that shit drops that beat. And Shock G produced a lot of that shit too, which people don't know that.
Yeah.
Shock G produced a lot of their music, man. And that shit, that same song, that was the moment I knew that Digital Underground was out of this world.
Yeah.
Because they gave us that versatile Pop, man.
They arrived whenever they put that song out.
Bruh. And then Pop took it and stole the show.
Because, and if you think about it, they were movie stars too. Like, you know what I'm saying? On top of just being a dope rap group.
Because they had that cameo in that movie.
They were featured in, what was it, Nothing But Trouble?
Yep, I said Nothing to Lose in my head too, but that's that Martin Lawrence flick.
Right.
So either way, if you want a good laugh, put Nothing to Lose on with Martin Lawrence in it, and then Nothing But Trouble with Dan Aykroyd and the group Digital Underground that we're talking about now.
And Chevy Chase.
Oh man, that shit was magic, man.
Chevy was.
Yeah, he was, man. That judge he fucked me up more than anything. And them twins.
Yeah, that is what spooked me out.
Yeah, that movie was weird.
Fat twins.
It was weird, but it was nice, man.
It was funny, but it was weird. It was super weird.
It was super weird, but it was dope. And then when they sat up in there and hooked up in that fucking judge's chambers, and the judge even got involved playing the piano or that organ.
Oh, fine ass Demi Moore.
Mm-hmm. She was snapping back then, man.
Who was Chevy Chase in that movie? He was the judge.
No, Dan Aykroyd was the judge.
Yeah, Chevy Chase was married to Demi Moore.
That's
and,
right.
And they got like pulled over for something and they had to go.
And they couldn't like deal with the case until the weekend's over. It was on a Friday, so they had to stay at the judge's.
And he let Digital Underground perform and let them split.
Yeah.
All right, y'all, that was dope. Get out of here.
But you got to remember, I ain't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
If they would have failed and he didn't like it, they was getting ready to get sent to the shredder, the chopper or whatever.
Were they in like a junkyard or some shit?
It looked like it.
Like, where was that compound?
It was, but the judge did everything. He was like the lawyer, the fucking like he ran the whole town. Mm-hmm. So like everything was done. It was like a one-stop shop.
Right.
That shit was a fucking classic, man. Called Classic, man.
Yeah.
So if you get a chance, look it up. Nothing But Trouble, man. Hilarious movie from back in the 90s.
Now, let me ask y'all this real quick. Who had the best persona as like an artist?
Alter ego persona?
Yeah. Like
I would say Humpty first.
Okay. And give me your top 5.
Humpty, Slim Shady, Tony Starks, Nas was Escobar, and Tupac was Machiavelli.
Yeah.
But not in that order.
I would throw Damien in there for DMX.
You just had to go there, didn't you?
Damien. Cause when he turned into Damien, that shit was cold shit.
Or Stop Being Greedy. That was like him arguing with himself.
I kind of took that as Damien too, though.
You think so?
Yeah, I think that was like the first one.
Dun, dun, dun.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you think about it.
That's dope. That's dope as fuck.
Yeah.
What about y'all? Now, if I gave my top 5, my top 5. Louis, what's yours?
I don't have a top 5 because I can't think of any right now.
I was about to say, I would throw in, like, if
I was
not,
just throwing in to yours.
Five. I would say Bobby Digital. The RZA had Bobby Digital. I thought that was kind of dope. You kind of got to give Beyonce hers with Sasha Fierce. Got to give Nicki Minaj with Roman, I guess. Ain't that? I think it's dope that rappers have like alter egos and they could release like different kind of music under that, you know, under that guise.
I mean, we have them.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Because we're not like this in real life. Speaking of which, hey, how's it going? Name's Phil. Good to meet you. That's D. That's A. Hey, how's it going? Good. Take care. Bye.
Adam Bass.
But yeah, alter egos is definitely one of those things that's dope to have because, like, at that point, like you said, you can say pretty much anything at that point. And it's like saying it with all due respect. You're an asshole. And you can't get mad because I said with all due respect.
Right. I know where you're going.
Yeah.
But another honorable mention, your favorite, King Kniff from Connecticut.
From Connecticut. That shit was dope, man. That shit was... All right, well, listen. We came, we saw, we delivered. Now, next week, we coming straight back at you. Same message, same location, different material. Peace.